Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Keith Alexander Denichi Bailey. Welcome on the first day of July, but the first day of 5 days of a heat wave. It's going to hit 102 Fahrenheit today in New York City. It's going to feel more like 110 with the humidity. So the mayor decided to open up cool centers, and mind you, it's first mobile cool vans. So, ladies and gentlemen, New York City is going to be deploying New York City mobile cooling vans so you can take a break from the heat. I'm your host, Keith Alexander Denichi Bailey. I'm an independent journalist, documentarian, photographer, amateur filmmaker, and I just want people to know this is what's going on in New York City today. So, for the next 5 days, it's going to be a very, very harsh and a very, very hot for the homeless. All homeless cooling centers and community centers are open today to anyone, not just to those with memberships. This is like in the winter when we have a cold blue. Well, this is our cold blue for the summer, because people can die in it from this weather. So, fair warning. Even I, last year and the year before, suffered minor heart failure through the heat wave. So, yes, we are in Brooklyn, New York, my dude. So, right now, it feels great. But in the next few hours, it's not going to feel so great. So, I suggest people buy as much electrolytes as possible. Replenish those electrolytes. Is important. Stay hydrated. You're going to need it. Try to stay as cool as possible. Try to get some shade, or go out there, buy a black umbrella and carry an umbrella so you can have a shade spot all the time right above you. Now, I know you don't want to carry anything, because that could also be a lot of issues for some people that don't want to carry an umbrella, lazies. But it's going to be hot. So subscribe, like, and share, everyone. This laundromat is very expensive, but you know what? They got some good machines. So, for those that don't know New York or Williamsburg, this is Berry Street. This is Niziski Walkway. So, if you don't know who this, he was a Polish guy, got hit and run. Hit and run. A lot of people get hit and run. This is why they changed all this last year. Now, the year before, if you watch any of my videos, none of this actually existed. They set this up because too many people got hit, mind you. Cyclists will hit cyclists. Cyclists will hit other people. Cyclists won't slow down. Cyclists won't stop. But you also have traffic that comes through here. So, now normally during the day, they're supposed to close it off so people can walk it. But cars continue to drive into a non-walking area and it doesn't make sense. This is why they got to enforce the rules. Like New York City traffic, NYPD traffic, and should enforce the rules. So there'd be a barricade blocking each block, right? But people will bring their cars right in between the barricades, or they get out their cars and move those barricades. Yeah, because they're entitled. There they are. See? It literally says, do not enter except cyclists and local vehicles, which are, city official vehicles. But that's the gate. And people will just move it all the time. This is why they changed all of this. Because last year, not even last year, the year before, we caught a few incidents. One guy spit on another guy because the guy was excessively speeding. He told the guy to slow down. The guy came back and said, tell me to do what again? Because, mind you, almost hit a child. Yeah, people, cyclists too. You guys are reckless. Just be honest about that. You got to follow traffic laws too. If his stop sign, you gotta stop. Just be real. Hello for Australia. Shane Walker from Australia. What's up, brother? Shane in the house, people. You cannot cook at the inlet park. That's a lie. That's a lie, bro. You do that, I guarantee it. You will be arrested. That is a sacred state park owned. No, there's no barbecue there. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't listen to this guy. Don't barbecue at Inland Park. Don't. You can go barbecue at McLaren Park, which is behind me, but like I said, don't listen to that advice. I guarantee you, a state trooper, a state park ranger will be saying, "Hey, let me get your ID." You'll be like, "Give me your ID." You know how many people got tickets, got arrested for trying to barbecue there? Are you nuts? Yeah, and it's not just a $250 fine. It's actually a $2,000 fine when you do that. Yes, it's a $2,000 fine because Inland Park is also part of Marshall J. Johnson State Park. So on that side, so yeah, go ahead, be a dummy. I guarantee I'll recover your news story. Dummy tried to barbecue at the state park. No one says state troopers. We say state park rangers, which are cops. Yes, they are policemen. And if you obey, you will get arrested. You don't know that? You better look at your federal guidelines, bro. People don't pay attention to these things. They are federal officers. Well, technically, state officers working for federal protection of the environment and justice. So, keep that in mind. That's why when you see a state ranger, no, I'm not talking about a parks enforcer. That's different. Like when you go to McLaren Park, you see those the park enforcers. No. I'm talking about a state park ranger with a gun, taser, baton, everything, handcuffs and all. So be my guest, everybody. You go to Inland Park, you try to barbecue. You're gonna be like, "Your panda, you were right." $2,000 fine. It says it right there when you walk in. But parks you could barbecue: Queensboro, McLaren, Blue Park if you're a skater. Prospect if people think they own Prospect's parks now, because there are a lot of new residents that have only been living here for 10 years thinking they own the park. They own the neighborhood. They can tell you to get out the neighborhood, even if you were born there. They're going to tell you get out. Yeah, Prospect area is being kind of a nuisance now. They don't want a skate park for our youth. Think about this. Grumpy older people don't want a skate park for your kids to enjoy. Instead, they want your kids to go run the streets like gangbangers, shoot up people, and rob old ladies. That's what these other people in Prospect Park want. They want your kids to be gangbangers. They don't want them to do any active sports. They don't want them to have a creative mindset when doing these sports. No, they don't want that. They want your child to grow up to be a gangbanger. They don't want nice parks. Fucking stupid New York. You fake New Yorkers, bro. How do you not want that for your child or for the future of someone else's child? That's just reckless endangerment and thinking. Selfish. Yeah, that's a selfish person. Alright, man. I'm gonna have to give you a timeout. You keep capping, bro. You keep capping. Yeah, Yuki, he's capping. You may want to give him a timeout. Yeah, man. If they show fake guns, then why are you not so impressively stepping up to their face? Mind you, they got jobs. What job do you have? You say they got fake guns. That's really... Yeah, time him out, Yuki. That's an insult to people that actually want to protect you. That's people that want to protect you. And you want to make jokes on that? Damn, bro. You selfish too. Yeah, that is selfish thinking. One day he's going to ask for that help. They'll be like, oh no, you thought we had fake guns, bro? Nah. Someone's going to rob him in the park one day. And the state troop, mind you, the park ranger that's going to be walking like, oh, that's not the deal on YouTube that said we got fake guns? Okay, let me get robbed first. And then let's take his report. Karma, bro. New York and Sydney. Okay, I've been to Sydney once. No. And yes. See, it also has a... Sydney also looks like San Francisco's Mission District. With all the murals. Or certain blocks. Yeah. So, Sydney has a bit of New York, San Francisco, and Montreal. Ooh. See? If you go to my Instagram, if you look back on my old history, you can see I was in Australia for just, trying to, kick it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a heat wave today. Stay cool. I'm going to try to... Well, I'm going to be at work anyway, so... I'm going to be in a fucking building with the AC blasting. I do want to come outside, get some warm air, because, being under AC, I don't like the idea. I get sick fast and I have runny nose sometimes. Alright, we're on Bedford and North 4th in front of the Whole Foods. Dude, I can't believe they sold... Man, Whole Foods... Getting quite expensive, man. I'm not digging that, bro. Everything in your store is expensive. I'm poor. I don't make YouTube money. Oh, you guys, look at this. This is how much I make every 4 months on YouTube. Pathetic. It's like, you're not trying hard enough. No, dude. YouTube doesn't like my content because they don't like real shit. They don't like honesty, transparency, and solidarity. No, they want lies and spams, like those ads you see before you see my video. You know how they play the commercial ads? Dude, those are so spam. Ooh, look at this rail. Escape this. But anyway, it's so fucking scammy. YouTube is nothing but advertising scams. And when they do advertising friendly, I'm like, advertising friendly? You talking about those scams? Please, YouTube, that's not advertisement. Those are scams. That's what hurts America today. Those kind of scams that you promote on your platform, YouTube, and you commercialize it as advertiser friendly. That's not advertiser friendly when people's lives and savings and bank accounts are getting jeopardized by hackers and scammers. That's not cool. That's not cool. And that's why I don't make money on YouTube, because I keep that shit real. Right, YouTube? Freedom of speech, baby. It's not a cease and desist. No, this is the realities of being a YouTuber. YouTube favors its love. Let them favor their love. But don't favor me, YouTube. I'm not going to get on my knees and beg you and kiss your little booty for a couple of dollars. No. No way, man. This is a fucking America. I don't kiss ass. I work for the men that's supposed to provide us a way of living in here, right? But instead, they don't. Instead, this is the problem with YouTube. YouTube is still on this thing about how to make money off of you, and you do more work for your content. You have to put in 10 times much work just to receive 30 cents a month. That is bullshit. That means if you are trying to push content and it doesn't hit the trend or algorithm, if the algorithm doesn't see your mind you, it all has to do with titles, thumbnails, interactions with the video. It's always best to always upload your video 2 days prior before you air it, so YouTube's algorithm can analyze your video. Yeah, analyzing your fucking content, using AI to determine what is best. This is why, AI, it's a good thing and a bad thing. How does AI going to determine what is good and not? Is it going to determine is it also going to determine if I should live or die too? Is it going to give me CPR? Is it going to give you recommendations how to give me CPR? Fuck. It's not a human reaction, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we need human interference when it comes down to these kind of assessments on YouTube. Yeah, we need it. Human interaction. And then when we do get it, we get these manual reviews that are very biased. Because some people content don't get posted, but you post the same content as the other person. It's the exact same content, but in your style and much cleaner, and yours get demonetized. Think about that. Your content is based on the same story as his content or hers, but yours are much cleaner. But his is more dirty, raw. Images are provocative, maybe, and they demonetize your video. That's what I get all the time from YouTube. That's why I don't count on it as an income resource. I don't. That's why I keep telling people, YouTube does not make me money, bro. See, Glenn over here missed the context of the story. Once again, late bloomers. You missed the context, Glenn. And first of all, no one was not supposed to give us anything. No. See, this is where you misunderstood life itself, friend. Everyone deserves everything. And Let's keep this tight and short.
I say the same thing
because let me just point this out. I'm not speaking from the goddamn Bible or God, because I don't believe in God or the Bible. I'm speaking from my intellect. Everybody deserves to be helped. It's not actually called, but supposed to provide you with anything. Yeah, well, technically, listen. When you were born in this country, you didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to be born in whatever family relationship, the problem you have. You didn't ask for these problems in society. You got to go through it your own, right? So when people say we are not supposed to provide you with anything, like, yeah, you were. You are entitled to provide me as a child with the things necessary to survive. So, therefore, kind of debunk that, bro. Because as a child, you got no choice to receive anything. Because what you are is a child. You're not capable of taking care of your own. Are you? You can feed yourself. You can go to work. So you do get anything. People are supposed to provide you. Think about the world. Imagine if we had less wars, less conflict, but we care more about our species, right? Because let's be honest, let's be honest. Come on, man. We are the fucking worst of the worst. Every species on this planet is scared of us. We're the dominant. And we savages. And when people talk like that, I think they just don't have, they never had a chance to give them something. Maybe you did something. I don't know. But when people talk like that, yeah, you don't talk like someone that like actually believes in prosperity and solidarity, do you? You're not supposed to? Okay, then next child been born, they're not supposed to get what, milk formula or care? Yeah. It's just nonsense, man. Even as an adult, you are supposed to be provided. Ain't nobody should be neglected. Period. That's the whole point. That's bullshit. This is what kind of society we live in. We neglect we neglect those that get older, like our senior citizens, our veterans. They put their lives on the fucking line and we forget about them, right? I'm sorry, everyone, but when people talk like that, I'm gonna put them in their fucking place, because like, that's bullshit. It's like saying that to a veteran that did everything to put you and make you happy. You get to drink and shit, while that person got some trauma and lost his buddies in combat and everything. And you sitting here talking about people are not supposed to provide you with anything. Okay. What planet you fucking live on? Listen, anyone that served, protected, and gave their life or gave a service to this country to make this country keep running 24 hours a day deserves to get anything from us. I don't care, you have the last $5, share that shit. That's the problem. No one has that kind of heart anymore. You talk about God and Bible and all that nonsense, but you don't. Yeah, I bet you go to church too. I bet you read the Bible, bro. But you're talking that kind of nonsense about another human life. Cool. 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 You're not being very sarcastic, right? Cool. Because I think you're just not into what we have to provide here. See, what I provide here is fucking justice and freedom, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to open another community refrigerator elsewhere. If you look at my Instagram, right, Bill Lewis? Yeah, they earn what they get, right? That's your way of talking. Again, Glenn, you still late to the party, bro. What do you don't comprehend? You keep making false statements every time. You're saying, I don't think you want to work. Dude, we already working. We got time before we go to work, fool. Pay attention to the narrative sometime, bro. Like I said, you popped in here a few times. You should be aware of what's going on here, bro. Real facts. Yeah, Yuki, I know. See, you're still not paying attention. What I just said, everybody, like 5 times. Right in the... Yo, Glenn, how about this, man? Instead of talking shit about someone not working, making that false statement, like I said, false. You heard what I said, false claims. You keep not listening to what I'm saying to you. I'm saying you keep making false claims. Yeah, remove him. Time him out. See, people, he's not listening. False, meaning everything that just came out your mouth is bullshit. You don't care about other people. Well, I do, motherfucker. People not supposed to have yours. I think you should give it back. Fuck that, bro. I'm seeing too many fucking veterans on the streets. More homeless kids. They don't understand. They have no choice. This is their last chance. If they don't get a high school diploma, they are fucking doomed. This is why this generation, most of these teens are actually buying illegal guns before. Oh, come on, dude. I literally got the story about it. It's not my business to talk about it or care. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, there are some people in the world that's just when I listen to people, I'm like, but you talk about God, bro, and you're talking that shit about yo. Nah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, see, God never hurt me, bro. See, let me tell you folks something. As a child, I've been sexually abused as a child. This woman, sexually abused. I try to tell people, like, they thought I was just making up. They're like, oh, yeah, there's people that care for you. You don't understand affection. I'm like, that's not affection. I literally, for fucking 3 years, no one went listening until the one day a gym teacher finally caught her in the act, and he was like, what? Yeah. And I kept telling these fucking parents, and then people, everyone thought I was a fucking liar. So you're trying to hurt people? No. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been through drama. No, I've been through drama. Listen, people said I didn't lose. I don't know how to feel. I lost a daughter, a friend, a best friend. No. God never answered my fucking prayers. So this is why I never believe in God or in the Bible. Never want to read that book written by man. Because men are tainted motherfuckers. We are the most tainted and most poisonous fucking species. We fucking destroy everything what we touch. We just devour everything we touch. We just take anything that we touch. And that is why I keep saying earlier in the video that we are the worst species and the most dominant. But instead of being so righteous and a beautiful species, we kill ourselves for sport. For sport. We kill each other for sport or for game, which is manito. Everybody needs money. Ooh, yeah, great. Dude, every veteran, in my opinion, deserves a fucking house. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if I didn't spend the money to help people during the pandemic, imagine all that money I spent trying to house people during the pandemic. And then now look at me. Now, if I knew that I could make a difference today and help some of these veterans, I know a few veterans that could use a fucking nice shower, a fucking nice place to rest. And then, oh, look, this guy, he's a veteran. I bring him breakfast sometimes. He's on this side now. Because the other side, the dogs keep bothering him. And, yeah, these dog owners sometimes don't give a shit about the homeless. This guy's a cool guy, man. Doesn't bother nobody. He's a veteran. You know, he got his water tank, he's a cool dude, man. People fucking want to be rude to him. He used to be on that side. It's not up yet. Such a cool dude, man. People want to fucking pick on him. Like, no, you pick on these other fucking homeless pricks. They want to drink and do dumb shit and not do anything for themselves. Dude, when I used to, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 47, right? When I used to do government and state work, dude, all I did back then was do 501c3 work. I volunteered for Potluck in the Park in Portland when I was living in Portland, working there. I did Seattle outreach dinner services and church services and homeless outreach services. That shit was fun. I met some dudes, got the stories. Yeah, some people was honest. Yo, man, I got drug problems, man, but, like, you know, it's always good to talk with someone, you know, from time to time. Sometimes I'm embarrassed. Like, this, I forgot his name. I think it's, I shouldn't say his name because I don't want to blow him up, but he got emotional one day, because, mind you, this was in Wisconsin when I was working in the state in Wisconsin too, right? And I lived there in Wisconsin from 2005 to 2012, because I was at the university working Wisconsin. And sometimes people testify, they cry. They tell you, like, it's hard to find people to understand because people always make judgment. And I know what that is because I talked about that recently, about judgment. When I was homeless, when we came back from Boston getting medical care and everything, we got robbed. Ladies and gentlemen, I got over $10,000 worth of camera equipment stolen. I got my passports, everything was gone. I had to fucking get my passports, my fucking birth certificates, and my stubborn foster parents didn't want to fucking email me because I'm disowned, right? So check this out. For fucking almost 2 years, they didn't want to respond. So I had to do what I can without an ID. So I started talking to filmmakers around here. Hey man, I don't got my ID. They thought I was lying. They thought I was like, honestly, when someone says they can't get the ID, people think like, yeah, you full of shit, bro. But when I shared my YouTube video, I'm like, oh dude, you got robbed? Oh damn. So I had to like tell these people like, listen, I need some income. Like I don't have my legal papers to actually be on a payroll. But if there's side jobs you guys want me to do, here's my contacts, here's my Instagram, here's my DM. And that's what happened in 2023. We started getting like these small little side studio jobs. Then we went for like 3 weddings. And things were looking up because now we was getting money to get our passports and our documents, our birth certificates or naturalization certificates. Yeah, and our social security. All that costs money. It's not free. So people think that shit is free. Yo, you can just replace it. With what money? You have to prove that that's you with some type of legal documents in order to get that in the first place. And this is when my parents came in, right there at the end of like 2024. I'm like, oh, now you respond. Now you respond. We've been waiting since 2022. Fucking stubborn people, bro. This is why I tell you folks, they try to build me to be someone that I wasn't supposed to be. I'm not, listen, I love Asian culture. I grew up in it. I love it. I'm black. I can speak. But I'm not going to be Asian. I'm going to be black. They're trying to change everything about me. Trying to change me that. You know what like I told you guys before, my parents tried to persuade me that black culture in America won't care for me. They didn't care for me when I was in foster care. What makes you think they care for me now? I was like, that's not everybody though. No one knows I've been in foster care. If I go to a bar and meet a guy and a girl and like, yo man, what's up man? Nice style. I like your phone, man. Yo, is that an iPhone? Because my iPhone is pretty cool, everybody. Well, you see the setup right now. But you get it? They don't know I'm in foster care. They get to know me. Then I get to share that story with them. You know, but people don't want to fucking share stories. People don't want to be in solidarity and be honest and transparent about the shit they go through. And like I said, when I was homeless, everybody, I didn't steal. I didn't fucking panhandle. I just got up every day and just fucking try to do what I can. And then Lord Bryan came up with the idea. See, Lord Bryan's from New York. He lives in Long Beach, California now with his son. But his son is also a cancer survivor. And that's why Lord Bryan is one of my moderators here. And a long friend. We rollerblade together for a long, long time, brother. You guys don't see. Let me show you some skills. Some skills. Skills that some of you fools don't have. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, bro. Like, you can't do this, man, at 47. You can't do that at 47. Only I can. I'm telling you, bro. I'm doing this all day. 47. I'll be 50 doing this. 55, 60. I love fucking rollerblading. Like I said, you can't be like me, bro. You can't be like me. Everyone wants to have jokes and ask questions. What do you guys do for a living? Exactly. You won't answer me, but you want to ask me what I do for a living. No, I'm not telling you what I do for a living now. So you guys can call my job again and try to get me fired like you did last year, swatting me, doxing me. Nah, not this time, buddy. Now we might be being transparent, but we're not gonna be transparent about our work anymore. See, we were doing that last year, but you know what? Things got out of control with this whole swatting and doxing shit on this channel. Oh, I got editing skills too. Check this out. Oh, by the way, every fucking year, everybody, I contribute to the Halloween Blade Games. You could be a skateboarder, you could be a biker, you could be a freaking scooter, or a rollerblader. This is mostly for the little kids, so keep this in mind. But we give out pizza parties. You can see from my ad that this is what we do at the end of the summer at the Halloween Blade Games. So just give you guys context, like, that's who I am. I'm not a game banger, but I'm a good fighter though. That's why I keep telling people, fight me in the octagon. I guarantee it. I will fuck your shit up. I will fuck your shit up. Everyone thinks everyone's soft as tissue out here. I don't get it. Why? Why does everyone think someone's soft as tissue? Jesus Christ. Oh, play handball. Dude, come on, man. I used to go down in Chinatown and in Manhattan and play handball back in the day. Dude, we just went to Chinatown just a few days ago. Last week, when we were actually at the federal courthouse doing some legal stuff. See? You need to go watch that video. I talked about how we used to hang out with all the Chinese, Korean, even some of the Japanese back in the day, hand court style, baby. Hand court. Come on, bro. Listen, man. But anyway, guys, I just want to show proof. Yeah, you see that birth certificate right there? That sweet brand new birth certificate right there. Born right here in Brooklyn, New York. So if anybody wants to make doubts again about where I was born, I wasn't born in Wisconsin. I went to the university, I worked and everything else and lived in Wisconsin. I also lived in Japan too, and I also lived elsewhere, like San Francisco, Seattle, Portland. Hello. What do you think I was getting jobs? Hello? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the only one keeping it real on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't want to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real for you. Ain't nobody trying to sugarcoat anything. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Friday will be, hopefully Friday, if the people would contribute, I'm going to be moving into my new place. Well, I want to move into this new place. Now, today, I could have moved in because she called me last night and wanted me to move in, but also babysit her cat. So I told her, unfortunately, I can't do that. I gotta wait until Friday. That's when I get my paycheck and I can give her the money to move in. This is a month-to-month basis. It's a nice place. I'm not telling everyone where I live anymore because we've just been swatted too many times. We're not going through that anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you some clarity, you see emails like this? These people keep swatting me, and keep hating for the dumbest fucking reasons. They're uneducated. Hold on one second. They uneducated, as you can see from this fucking email of confession. He doesn't have a high school diploma, but he calls himself an entrepreneur, but he can't spell the word suing. Get the fuck out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I get harassed because I'm being honest about my life. I'm being honest about how the city neglected me and social services didn't give me my housing when I had medical services done on my stomach. We had surgery in January, and they failed to provide me housing. We had to find our own housing with the money that we saved from my paychecks. Like I said, everyone, don't always rely on the city. because the city can always fuck up your case or just mess up in general. And this year, we witnessed not only once, but 3 times. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I like being independent. I like working. I don't like owing people. I don't like owing this city anything. This is why I don't want to see. I don't even get EBT because they denied my EBT 4 times. I'm done. I just done. But now EBT is getting strict. You got to do 80 hours in New York City in order to keep your EBT. And a lot of people are not willing to follow suit. They try to find loopholes around it, trying to make excuses. Go to a doctor, give a doctor's note that they can't work 80 hours. That's lazy. If you could go to the doctor and try to pull off a fucking lie email, you could go to fucking work. And you put that much effort into that shit, you could go to work. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You feel me? Abusing the fucking taxpayer dollars, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Liddy, this is why, Liddy, I just do what I can. Right now, I gotta say, mind you, 100% of my paycheck is going towards my rent. I'm not gonna have money for my bills. I'm not gonna have money for food. I'm not having, yeah, so I'm gonna have to go to a food pantry, which I can, because that food pantry is gonna close on the 3rd, and I get paid on the 3rd. I can't be at work and be at the food pantry, because this food pantry that I went in Rico Park, Queens, dude, they had briskets. I don't eat meat, but I would literally take one of those briskets for one of you guys. Oh, boy. You guys were like, yo, Panda, where do you get this brisket from? Food pantry. Rico Park. Don't tell anyone. Dude, I was impressed. I swear to you guys. That's our first food pantry. I was super impressed. Everything was in alphabetical order. Everything was labeled. If you want a racamoni, there was racamoni on that shelf. You can literally see it. The canned goods on one side. Dude, I'm going back to that food pantry. But I need to find a day where I can go. Mind you, they open on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So, and they open at 11. So, mind you, got to get there early because there will be a line. So, keep in mind. Dude, this is the coolest fucking food pantry I ever seen. Mind you, we've been to food pantries that are like shady. They like one item, sir. Like 1 onion. I don't get a batch of onions, like 6 or 5. You just give me 1 onion. Yeah, 1 box of macaroni. Yeah, dude. Like I said, everyone, this food pantry is pretty cool. I want to go back to it. That's why I want to move into this place. I was staying at this hotel over here because I got swatted. I had to check out yesterday, well, Monday, because I can't afford that, man. That's just almost $20 a night. I'd rather spend my money on getting this place. So, yeah, it's just too much. And this is not, mind you, I didn't do this. The internet did this. Because that money that I would spend on this hotel could have been in my pocket and my savings account. Instead, I got to spend money on financials and legal documents. We talked about how we identified one of the persons that have been harassing me on this channel. Mind you, I met this person, Mr. Dwight Goldstein. Not only I allowed him to stay at my house, I let him take a shower, I let him cook, I let him sleep, I gave him money. He stole from me. He stole from his own mother. And he's the one that has been harassing me. He's still in the Bay Area in California, but in Fairmont. In Fairmont, there's a homeless shelter called the Bayard Mission. That's where he is. He's using the library to assault me and harass me through these emails. He's one of many other people. So keep that in mind. So Dwight, like I said, we confirm. Now we want to put the swatting, see if he was one of the swatting individuals. If it is, bro, oh, you going. I'm sorry, man, but when you use emergency services like that, that's a federal crime, bro. This is why I hope you go to jail for what you did to me. And you don't deserve. I hope, yeah, you better run from that homeless shelter, bro. Like I said, we already identified Mr. Goldstein. Like I said, but I let this man sleep at my place when I lived in San Francisco. I let him shower. He was a fucking bum. Homeless black dude. He spoke some Japanese, but what I didn't like was the story that his ex-girlfriend or his fiance is very abusive. Yeah. Like to put his hands on because he get a temper. That's why I was like, nah, bro. Like, when I found that out, I was like, yo, that's why? Something told me you were weird, man. Like, yeah, and Mr. Goldstein, you better have a lawyer. You better have a lot of money. Yo, that's why you don't have a job. You still sleep in the men's shelter after fucking 20-something years, bro. I met this man in 2010, right? I moved to San Francisco after I graduated in 2012, right? He's still in a homeless shelter, bro. And he's still harassing me? No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I went to the federal courthouse to submit, and I gave up my privacy. I gave up my privacy. I hope everyone knows that now my emails are being watched legally. Yeah, I gave up my privacy. Gave my passwords and everything. I want people to see how much you email me, all of you. I do screenshot the emails and send it to upload to other, because NYP was taking too long. So I had to go to the federal. It's time. So yes, everyone, Goldstein, what a bum, harassing me. He and on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, this dude stole from me. He literally stole. This is why, yo, he's been this guy, ladies and gentlemen. He's lucky I'm not in San Francisco right now, because if I was doing this in San Francisco and I found out that it was him, I would have went straight to that fucking homeless shelter right now and gave him a good ass whooping. Because you're a chump, Mr. Goldstein. You're a lowlife. You use people to get what you want, bro. No. Dude, no. Yeah. Sorry, everyone, I'm ranting on that, but this guy, I literally fucking fed this guy. I literally gave this, and he's trying to squat in my house. Like, nah, man. Tell me, yo, man, I can be your roommate a long time. You don't even have money. I can help you, bro. Like, you can't help me, bro. You try to tell me I can help me with helping with the homeless and helping with my video stuff. I'm like, no. You're not even supposed to be watching what I'm doing right now. So, no, this guy, I try to help him, man. This is why I don't get it. Oh, not only you stole from me, but now you're trying to harass me? You fucking thief. You're a thief, Mr. Dwight Goldstein. You stole from your own mother. He said the heat wave is actually called Florida. Ha, no. It's called Arizona, bro. It's called Nevada. We're about to get that Nevada, that Rio weather. But anyway, guys, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want you guys to know, this guy fucking, oh man, you better have a savings account, because I'm gonna sue you in civil court. First, we're taking you to criminal court. So my civil court would be easy for my civil court to fucking, mind you, it's easier. If he loses the criminal, he's gonna lose the civil. Damn, she normally open at 6. Tell you, it's gonna be a hot day. It's already fucking warm, bro. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, talking, conversating, being real people. Yo, Lydia, listen. I need to find a way to tell my boy, that boss, I need like 2 hours. Like, what the fuck you need 2 hours for? I need a food pantry. Like, he might say yeah. Like, yeah, but I want to go to this food pantry. Mind you, I have to take the train. I got to take the E train, then I got to take the R train. I got to get off, what is that? I got to get off Rico Park. I got to walk about 6 blocks, 6.5. Guys, that's, yeah. So, I need to bring the wagon, though. So, lately, I've been fixing the wagon. I brought some fucking super duct tape, because my wagon broke. So, I brought some super duct tape, and I took it for a test run the other day. It's working, but I need to, you know, tidy it up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know, man. I need to find a way to get to that food pantry. But what I really need right now is the community support. See, I'm going to be trying to move in on Friday with this young lady. So, and right now I'm taking 100% of my whole entire check. Now, I want to be very transparent. Sabrina, Yuki, Michael, they made some small donations to help me cover my rent expenses, because this is New York. So I want to say thank you to Sabrina and everybody that's making small donations to help me try to cover for my rent expenses to move into this new place. Like I said, everyone, this was unexpected because we've been doxxed, we've been swatted, we've been staying at a hotel, and I just cannot afford that. So I had to check myself out, and right now I'm about to go to a friend's place in Long Island City. She's like, you could come to my place and shower, because listen, I'm trying to save my money moving into this place. And yeah, so I wanted to make a live stream before I take a shower, because that's why I'm going to Long Island City from this train station. So like I said, I got some people trying to look out for me. They understand my situation, but you know, it's rough. It's rough. So, and uncalled for too. For you fucking assholes, you're financially costing me money, and you think this is funny. That's why, like I said, be aware. Just like what's happened to Mr. Dwight Goldstein will happen to you too.